Okay, so recently, kind of out of nowhere, my MacBook Pro started making these lovely sounds. Have a listen. Yeah, it's pretty great, ain't it? I mean, I'm no rocket engineer, but I'm pretty sure that's the fan. So we're gonna have to take a look at what's going on inside this thing. All right. Oh, I'm so excited. Alright, so I was going to experiment with SMC Fan Control quick, an app I have used before, and now I'm thinking, well, maybe that'll help the issue a little bit. I have no idea, so we're going to try that. And, oh yeah, screw you, frickin' Mac Update with your fake download buttons. Man, that stuff is just a disgrace to the tech community. I can't believe you would try to do that and think that's okay. Alright, so SMC Fan Control. So the hope is that I can just maybe speed the fan up and then slow it down so the noise stops, because that is really annoying. And if this doesn't work, well, we're going to have to take it into the layer and try to fix it up. The curse has struck on me again.
Ooh, what is this? Alert! SMC fan control has not been tested on this machine yet, but it should run if you follow the instructions. If you choose to continue, please make sure you have no other fan control software running. Otherwise, please quit. Deinstall. Deinstall. Okay. The other software, restart your machine, yada, yada, yada. Okay. We are currently spinning at 0 RPM. Oh, there we go. It changed now. All right, 61 degrees Celsius. I am a dumb American and don't understand that, so I got to change that. I don't have the formula memorized in my head. Alrighty. Let's go to Fahrenheit. Save changes. Oh my gosh, how many times do I have to type in my password? Okay, 142 degrees Fahrenheit, which I'm no expert, but I don't think that's actually too out of control for a computer with this much power in it, and considering like how freaking thin it is. It's also from 2013. So yeah, I don't think that's terrible. It doesn't sound like the fans are like kicking up any faster, and like it doesn't feel any warmer than normal. So even though it's making an annoying sound, it doesn't feel any warmer than normal, and the fans aren't kicking up any more than normal as well. So that's kind of a good sign. Oh boy. All right, so let's see. Right now, left side is at 2603, right is at 2417. Now, is that like house right, which would be here, or is it stage right, which would be here? I don't know which one it means. Hopefully this one. Because when you have it flipped upside down, the directions are flipped. So I actually don't know what it's referring to. I'll probably figure that out later. Or one of you guys can tell me. You're smarter than me, probably. Okay, so let's take a look here. So what I could do, I'll say the left side. Actually, I can control these individually? Really? Oh, well, that will help me actually figure out if it is the left or the right or whatever. Anyway, let's just go like, it's not a full pin. Let's just go halfway so we don't like explode anything. Okay, and we hit save. And of course, got to type in my password again because this is a overly worrisome system. Do you think Macintosh within the last 5 seconds some like thief got a hold of my computer and wants to turn my fans up? There's got to be a way to turn that off. I swear I did not have to do this before. Okay, I can't find a setting to disable that frickin' authorization panel. Very obnoxious. I swear I never had to do that before. Okay, so this must not be working because the setting here is at 37 and we're getting 26. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna punch you. I'm not doing anything on purpose right now. But it looks like my theory is not gonna be correct anyway. Oh boy. Oh. It's just gonna like bust off its bearing and burst through the aluminum and sever my neck. Oh yeah, we're getting really fast now, and I don't even have, like, this is set to the minimum. Ugh, gosh, it doesn't sound good. All right, so it looks like I'm gonna have to remove this. Maybe I'll try a different utility. All right, let's restart, and then we're gonna try a different fan controller and see what's up. And if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna remove that fan controller, and then we're just gonna go into the layer and rip this thing open. Oh, I'm gonna need a pentabular screwdriver. All right, off to Amazon. So here's what I'm gonna test next. Max Fan Control, which that icon actually looks pretty spiffy. Crystal DEA, like Drug Enforcement Agency. All right, didn't think they made software, but okay. But see, now listen. The fans are kicking back up, and it's not making that sound. After it shut down and turned back on, it stopped buzzing. So what is the variable here as to why it would buzz earlier, shut down, and now it's fine, even though the fans are clearly spinning like faster? Listen, right? But no buzz. Interesting. Well, I'm going to wait for the buzz to come back, and then I'm going to try out this application. Ah! Haha! I jinxed it. There it is, right there.
Let's see. Move to applications. Would you like me? Yeah, sure. Oh, gotta type in a password. Well, this is pretty spectacular. It has all the individual hardware components. Sensor-based value, constant RPM. Okay, well, let's just crank it up. Ooh, there we go. Yep. Okay, so that is the right fan. All right, now we got that down. So it is house right. Okay. Yep, it's still buzzing, as you can hear. Let's bring it down to like 3,800. Oh, yeah. So, adjusting the speed and bringing it back down ain't gonna do jack shit. It's fine for like maybe 10 minutes and then it comes back. Oh, it's so annoying. I've had this computer for 5 years and I've never had a problem. That's like the first problem. I mean, software problems, sure. Like High Sierra, that was a bitch. But hardware issues, no, never. This is the first hardware anomaly I've ever had with this computer. 5 years though, no issues. Pretty good, right? Let's, I don't know what it was at before. Oh, just auto? Okay, whatever. Let's just crank this other one up. That's cool. It's like stereo fans. Yeah, okay. Crank this one up. So yeah, the buzzing is actually less annoying when the white noise of both fans at full blast are going. That's actually, it kind of like covers it up. That's not good enough for me though, so we're gonna have to take this bad boy apart in the layer. Come and join me. Can skidoo, we can too. Okay, it took some doing, but I finally found some time to come down to the laboratory and take a look at this computer on the inside. And by laboratory, I mean the government-assigned asylum that is 10 stories underground. But we won't get into that much right now. It involves too much lore. So, let's see. We got a little toolkit here because these are pentabular screws. Yes, I didn't know what those were until I own an Apple product either. So we have some beautiful made in China tools that are gonna help us depentabulize this computer. Ooh, Chinese plastic. Ugh, hard to open up. Holy frick on a stick. I am so glad those things didn't go flying at like 1,000 miles an hour. Too bad I don't have my knife down here. And just a reminder, you know, this isn't the little disclaimer at the beginning of Krazy Ken episodes, but, you know, this is not a directly educational series. This is not supposed to be strictly educational to teach you how to open this stuff up. These are tech video logs. This is me exploring stuff. I am not a repairman. I just play one on TV. Actually, I don't even do that. So I'm just here to have some fun, experiment, and maybe fix some things. If you really want to learn how to fix computer shit, check this guy out. He's way smarter than me. Okay, so we have a helper stick, which I am not kidding. That is actually what it's called. I looked it up. I was always wondering what those things are called. We have the clothy cloth, and then some doodads with probably pentabular bits on them. Phillips pentabular. And a little screw case. So let's open this bad boy up. The main area we're going to be concerned with is this proximity. This is the fan that is being naughty. And to be honest, I don't really expect major results. I don't want to risk breaking stuff, so I don't know how much I'm actually going to attempt to fix with this thing. I'm trying to take a look on the inside and see if there's any small things I can do. If there's anything I'm not comfortable with doing, well, if this was someone else's machine and I had permission, yes, I would experiment and possibly break things on the show, but since this is my own computer that I paid for with my own money and have used to make many of these tech video logs for you guys, and basically I make my living with it, I am not going to risk breaking it. We're just gonna see what we can do. Actually, now that I realize it, I probably should have done the crisscross applesauce method for unscrewing this, just like I should do when screwing it back in, so I will do that next when I put it back together. Yeah, I know there's some of these rules that are really just rules, like, oh, you should put the screws in this way and that way, but to be honest, I don't know if in the long run it's going to make a huge difference. I mean, the stuff is pretty solid. I don't think screwing things in a different order is really going to screw stuff up, no pun intended. But yeah, I mean, it's good to be safe. Just don't strip your screws, you know? Yeah, I've never opened this up before. This will be the first time ever. I've had this computer for 5 years, and this is the first time I had to open it up. The only time I've seen the inside of it is when it was going through a TSA X-ray thing. The X-ray showed like the battery cells and stuff, which was really cool. That was awesome. Okay, so again, this is the area we're concerned with. Let's peek on the inside. 3, 2, 1. Let's try that again. 3, 2, 1. Maybe this is where I'm supposed to use the helper stick. Is there still a screw in here? No, they're all unscrewed. I have no idea if that helper stick is supposed to be used. Okay, it still feels like there's resistance. Nope, there's no screws. Well, I may need to look up something on iFixit, because I don't want to break this shit. And look at that right there, a repair guide for the right fan. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm going to be definitely reading this. You go play Fortnite or I'm just kidding. Don't play Fortnite. Well, I don't know why I said that. Drink coffee and read a book. There. That's your education for today. Okay, so apparently this is actually called a spudger. Okay, well, it was called like a helping stick on the Amazon listing, but that was probably a Chinese thing. Also, yes, as I figured, there are different size screws. I believe I separated them in my little box over there. Unintentionally, but yes, if I'm looking at this diagram correct, these are 2.3 millimeter screws, the rest are 3.0 millimeter screws. Huzzah. But yeah, I'm looking at their thing, and I was doing it right. You're supposed to lift by the hinge first, but it's being very stubborn. You bastards. Ah, shit. Finally. Goodness gracious. Like a swarm of dust just attacked me. Okay, well, ooh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that clearly has never been dusted. Well, I mean, obviously, I've never opened this thing up before. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Do all the covers have numbers written in them like that? That's cool. Yeah, it's like an autograph, except it isn't. Yeah, this is 5 years of dust. But this is pretty fucking cool, actually. Oh, wow. This is actually really fascinating. I always liked how it looks like an angry face, like the battery cells or the... I mean, is this technically considered a cell? I honestly don't know. Again, I'm not an engineer. Yeah, it looks like a frowny face, an angry frowny face. Here's the fans. This is the one that's being bitchy. Looks like we got speakers right there. That looks like the RAM. That's the... Oh, man. The CPU is probably like under this thermal thingy somewhere. Again, not an expert. That's the M2 SSD. This is obviously the battery. All 6 of these things are the battery. Pretty cool. Okay, it doesn't feel loose or anything. It looks really dusty though. Yeah, I'm gonna dust this shit out. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. I'm gonna take a look at the iFixit stuff a little bit more though. Well, the further I read down the iFixit instructions, I just don't necessarily see the point in going through with them all the way because I don't have a piece to replace this with. So we're gonna have to do like a 2-pronged approach here. I would say let's try dusting this stuff out and then boot the computer back up and see if we have the issue again. If the issue does persist, then maybe I need to get a replacement fan, which it looks like iFixit will sell me one for $64.99. I'm gonna track down some compressed air and just blow the shit out. I'm a little weary to use that stuff though because like I don't want to, angle it wrong and end up squirting frickin' liquid air or liquid whatever in here because when it's compressed it gets cold and it turns into a liquid and I don't want to liquefy my computer. So yeah, I'm usually a little cautious with that stuff, but I think it should be doable. In the meantime, let's set this aside and dust this bad boy out. That's fascinating. There's like a dust ring from the fan on this side, but it's severely thicker on that side. That's where the problematic fan is, because this is the right fan. Huh. I don't know, maybe... I honestly think the fan is like off its bearing or something, and it's like maybe brushing up against the case. Maybe that's what's causing it to buzz. It's just like hitting the aluminum with the fins of the fan. Maybe that's it, because yeah, it looks like it's been touching, or at least the dust has been like more accumulated on this side, because this is way more like present than on this side. Interesting. Well, let's give it a good cleaning anyway. Now that I think about it, that may not be 5 years worth of dust, because this thing was actually at an Apple repair facility. Or what do they call it? A repair center? Or whatever they call it. Yeah, it was there for a logic board replacement, which actually wasn't even needed. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, you can actually watch the 5-part saga of early Krazy Ken episodes where I dealt with that issue, where I thought it was a hardware issue, but spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1. It was a software issue this whole time, but since I had the warranty, I had Apple look at it anyway. So they did a logic board replacement, and nothing got better. So I was like, okay, it's definitely a software issue, but I figured since I had the repair for free, I might as well do it. Yeah, that was several years ago already, so that actually might only be like 2.5 years of dust as opposed to 5 years of dust. All right, so time to track down some compressed air. Let's set that to the side over there. We're going to see if we can just give this a quick... blowjob, I guess. That's what Ada Blasi calls it. No upgrade would be complete unless you have a proper blowjob. What were you all thinking? Disgusting. Well, I searched all around the house and could not find any compressed air, so I'm gonna have to give my friend, Jubilant Gino, a little call. Hey Gino, how's it going? Great, yeah, thank you. Hey, if you're out and about, can you please pick up some compressed air for me? Oh, hey man, I know. Just this one time, and I'll owe you. Okay, thank you, appreciate it. Bye. Well, I called him at the perfect time. What a coincidence. He was actually just near an office depot, so he's gonna pick some up for me. And bon appetit! Here we go, cleaning duster. You know, I see some people using this stuff, like, kind of wrong. Like, I see people angle it and shit, like I just did there, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, you shouldn't do that, because, you know, compressed air is cold and it turns to liquid, so we don't want to spray liquid into our computer. So I will not do that again, even though I just did it there. Right, so we'll take the little straw off so we can drink it. Then, just, actually, I don't know if that was supposed to come off. That came off, like, really easily. I don't know if that was supposed to come off or not. Oh. Good. Oh, okay. There we go. All right, we are up and running. So also, because I am 10 stories underground with very inadequate ventilation, I have an ionizer right over there, that is going to basically help purify the air and like collect all the dust particles, because once I spray this bitch into that bitch, I'm sorry computer, I just called you a bitch, it's gonna get messy, it's gonna get dusty, so we need some kind of ionizer to help clean the air. So, let's do that. I'm gonna head over here, boot this sucker up, and if that doesn't work, I'll just use a good old-fashioned vacuum cleaner to suck up the dust. Not from the computer, just from the air. Using a vacuum cleaner on the computer would be kind of silly. I just have to position the computer in a way where I can spray this stuff vertically, because you should always keep the canister perpendicular to the ground. You don't want to hold it horizontal, and you don't want to shake it, because then you might spray liquid out of the frickin' nozzle, and you don't want to spray liquid into the motherboard, trust me. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is our target. Let's take him out with extreme pork chop. It's like Christmas, it's snowing! Woohoo! Alright, I'm glad I have my shirt over my nose. Should probably wear some goggles. It's like snowing in here, alright. Alright. Okay, well that was fun. Let's nip this in the bud a little bit. That looks pretty good. I think that's about it for that side. Let's flip her over. Alright, round 2, fight! That dust right there is really not wanting to move. That's looking much better than it did, 10 minutes ago. Looking shiny, boys. Well, the ionizer must be working because there's not a lot of dust floating in the air. Cool. So it looks like we still have some on the fan here. It is not wanting to come out, though. Let's go like that. There we go. Come on, get out of there, boy. Some of that dust is just stubborn. That's looking a bit better. Good enough for government work. I don't work for the government, by the way. Actually, I kind of do. I'm a secret agent. Ah, shoot, more lore. Dang it. I'm just getting a stool sample. Ow. Nope. There we go. Stool. Okay. It's on wheels. That's some dangerous shit. Man, I'm so glad OSHA doesn't exist 10 stories underground. They don't have any jurisdiction down here. Ha ha ha. Okay, so let's get this bad boy reassembled here. It looks 10,000 times better. There's like a thread there. Okay. Cool. Nope, there's like a thread here too. I don't know if that's normal or not. Shoe. Very nice. And these shorter screws, these shorter pentabular screws, go in the back. Okay, they are so freaking tiny. Oh my gosh. I wonder if the screwdriver is magnetic. I don't think it is. Oh, it is magnetic! Woo! We're living in the future. Or the present, really. Small victories. I guess I'm just extra happy today because it's my birthday. It actually is. It's my birthday and I'm down here underground. Just like most other days. Happy birthday to me. It's the curse, right? The curse, you know, the curse has screwed me over before and has brought me some really crazy projects, but this time he's gone too far. Like, he struck my daily driver. I mean, I know it's happened before, but I've never had to physically tear the computer open before. Yeah, this time it's personal, Curse. You struck my daily driver on a hardware level. You will pay for that. All right, now we're done with the I think those are 2.3 millimeter screws. Now we're on to the 3 millimeter screws for the remaining 8 holes. Not too bad for a cheap chain ore tool, right? Made in chain ore. Oh, ho, ho. I think I just scratched the aluminum there. Hopefully I can buff that out. Brick on a stick. I mean, the bottom's already scratched up a bit anyway. I've used it for 5 years. And there we go. Crisscross applesauce, all the screws in place. Bon appetit. We are done. Hopefully this worked. Time to flip it over and then head rotate it. And boot it up and hope it works. And while we're at it, you might as well give the screen a little cleaning, at least, you know, without any solution, like liquid solution. I have glass cleaner, like screen cleaner. I'm just not using it right now. I just thought I'd use the little cloth that came with the tools. Can't really fix the film coming off at the top, though, because that was an Apple defect. Good job, Apple. But that's okay. I still kind of love you. And yeah, all pretty. Let's boot her up. Alright, so we're at the desktop, and I do have a little fan controller, as I showed you earlier. The issue doesn't seem to happen all the time, especially when you just turn the computer on or wake it up from sleep mode. It usually only happens once the fans start speeding up a bit. And this this towel is dusty. I'm going to have to make sure that really gets washed. Oh my gosh, it was a bloodbath of dust. I'm going to invoke a higher fan speed, and we're going to see what happens. Let's just go full speed ahead. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, they sound a little different. I mean, I am also on a towel. That might be muffling the sound a little bit, but they sound a little different. Is that because the dust is off the fans? They now sound, like, better because there's no dust on the fans? That actually changed the sound. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, let's skip that for now. Go back to auto. Huh. So far, nothing. I don't want to jinx it, but so far, nothing. I'm gonna let it sit for a bit. I'm gonna take this towel out from here, and we'll give it another test. This time, I'm going to take my phone and just kind of lay the microphone, running voice memos, by the way, right over where the fan is so we can record the sound better and listen for any defects. All right, so let's bump up the left, bump up the right, and have a listen. So far, so good. It's sounding better than it has in a long time, even before the buzzing issue. Like, it just sounds more like a jet, like a whoosh, instead of like a It sounds more like a shh. You want your computer to shh, not you know? Bad, shh, good, shh. There, you learned something today. Yeah, it's sounding good. Let's slow them down. Yeah, they sound great. I also listened to the phone recording just to get a more amplified sound. I don't hear anything bad. Well, I'll keep an ear on it, and if something happens, we'll probably replace the fan itself, but I'm calling this a win. I kind of didn't think that would work, just getting the dust out of there. That was really fun, and we made it snow. Yeah, man. Thanks for tagging along with me. I'm glad we got this fixed together because it was a little annoying. And happy birthday to me, yay! Hey, that's a good birthday present. Canned air, thanks Gino. Catch the crazy and pass it on.